Taylor.
Captained by Christian Rudd, former top 40 player himself, a contemporary of Roger Federer and father of Casper. Seen a lot of tennis balls in his life.
The whole family has. That's what I mentioned before from Helga. She definitely has the pace in her shots.
Yes, watched her practice about an hour ago on the Ken Rosewell Arena. I'm very impressed by the power that she's been able to generate. Just hasn't enjoyed too much senior success. I say very good morning to Maria Cikjak, flown in a few days ago from Zagreb.
She's been on the tour as an umpire for many, many years. It seems to be a bit of a problem down there. I'm not sure what it is yet.
We're not getting any calls from them at the moment, so I need to wait. I need to make sure that we actually work with the system.
The problem is
I'm not getting any calls from them at the moment, not line calls, so we need to wait just to make sure that we're getting what we need from them, okay?
It's all electronic line system. That's we've got very much used to. And the recorded voices are not at the moment calling the lines, which is somewhat of a problem. We can't really get going until that's all sorted.
Okay. So we're not getting any sound. I'm not sure if we're getting any calls. I'm not getting lights. And Zhenya is checking. She says that it's working. I'm getting nothing. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that would be a bit of a big job for her to call those lines as well.
Yes.
All of those lines.
Yes, she was wanting to ease her way into the new year. And you're right, Maria has been out there for a long, long time. Plays a lot of club tennis, actually, back home in Zagreb. And it would have been very much in need of an off-season as well. It's a stressful job being in the chair. This is not an absolutely ideal start. Caroline Kramer, one of the tour supervisors, just explaining to the teams why they're being held.
Hopefully this is going to be fixed rather quickly.
Just looking at the Norwegian team bench, it's also an opportunity for some countries to bring along some of their junior players as well, and then some of their up-and-comers that are just transitioning onto the Pro Tour, just to be around the team and watch how they practice and train. And a lot of the countries take the opportunity to do this.
Well, it's good to see Alex Stober, part of the team, physiotherapist, I think one of the best physiotherapists out of the tour, teaming up with Casper Ruud.
Just need a couple of minutes. Yes, long-time physio of Australian Open champion Lee Na.
Correct.
And he's worked with a lot of top players. Doesn't seem to have aged at all. In the years
maybe the hair colour has changed a little bit.
Slightly, but
no, he's been out there with the best of the best on the ATP and WTA tour.
Be fascinating to see how Casper, there's Alex Stober. It'll be fascinating to see how Casper goes this year. He's talked about a very long pre-season, feeling stronger, faster, and more prepared than he's ever been.
Yeah, remember last year he went to South America to play all these exhibition matches, and he didn't really have a break. His break was in February, and he said, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore, because the beginning of the year he was a little bit rusty, didn't play his best tennis.
Okay,
we're back on.
Couple of points in, we're ready to go again. Oh, this is a lively start.
It was smart play from Helga coming to the... I mean, that's one of the toughest shots to play, a volley lob. And then look at that, coming close to the net to finish it off. That could be a strategy against the Dutch.
And when you just take a little look at the last couple of points, I know it's only a snapshot, but you think, what is she doing ranked at 539 in the world?
Yeah, and I thought about that last year when I watched her play. So it must be some sort of consistency in her game, which is lacking.
Yes. Just keeping an eye on Maria Chichak in the umpire's chair. He's looking a little anxiously at when some of the balls go close to the line. She's sort of watching it. I mean, she's got all sorts of gizmos there, but
yeah, she looks very busy, doesn't she?
She is, just making sure that everything is working.
Yep, 2 good points from Helga and then 2 unforced errors with the forehand wing. And that's what I meant with the inconsistency.
So an early chance to break here in the 4th meeting between these 2 players. Number one's facing off, first match of the day session here in Sydney. That's a little wild, and it's the ideal start for the new Netherlands team. Great opener from Arantxa Rus. Casey, we have you courtside in resplendent red. Have you been tampering with the electronics? Are you responsible for everything, for the glitches?
I would never do that to the umpires because, as you said, what a terrible job they would have if they had to call every possible line. But yeah, a little bit of a delay, and obviously we are day one, so probably a few teething issues to work through, but a wonderful day here in Sydney and perfect conditions for both players. Look, Arantxa Rus, very, very solid from the back of the court. And I'm looking forward to this one, as I am looking forward to working with both of you for this upcoming summer of tennis.
Oh,
lovely.
Thank you, Casey. And also, you're very happy because there's a lefty on court. You lefties like watching lefties. What do we got to keep an eye out for with Rus?
Look, I mean, I feel like Rus has been around for a very long time, had so much success at ITF level, but certainly started to put in some good form. But I think that backhand side is super solid out of that corner, and using that lefty serve will be great to see.
The name Arantxa is not a typical name from the Dutch part of the world. And she's not named after Arantxa Sánchez Vicario either. It happened that the story is her parents, Luis and Judith, went on holiday to Spain, and they heard it a lot and they quite liked it.
Imagine how many times Arantxa Rus had to actually explain, no, yes. I am not named.
Thanks, Mum. Thanks, Dad. She got into tennis because her sister Kim liked to play a little. And so she automatically is tagged along.
She's such an amazing athlete, isn't she? I mean, look at her.
Yeah, it's an emphatic way to back up the break.
Team Netherlands leads.
Yep, she's trying to play aggressive, Arantxa. That's for sure. Also, when you look at the court positions, she's so much closer to the baseline compared to Helgo, who's reacting at the moment.
Ironically, she couldn't be, in terms of style, a more different player to Arantxa Sanchez-Vicario, multiple Grand Slam champion. There's an irony in there somewhere.
Yeah, Arantxa was half the height, I think, of
Arantxa
Rus.
Rus, one of the tallest women out there on tour.
Long legs. Ooh, she got away with it, Helgo, but that has to be the key, I think. She needs to try and come to the net and just make sure that she stresses out Arantxa Rus a little bit, where she has to think, where she's doesn't have much time to pick her shots. I think that's definitely a good tactic.
Easy to panic, isn't it, on this kind of stage?
And also, it's not just the big stadium, the spectators. The size of the court is just so much bigger as well. But it's a bit slower than last year as well, the surface.
Yes, I wonder how much Captain Ruud has spoken to her about getting used to the depth perception, because your eye line is so different. And when we mean a big court, we mean the actual size of the court is still the same, but it's the width and the depth, what is behind the baseline and the other side of the tram lines that can really disorientate a player.
Much better depth now from Helgo.
40-15.
She needs to get on the scoreboard here. She can sort of relax a little bit.
I
thought you summed it up very well in the opening game. A couple of good points, exceptionally good points, and then a couple of loose ones.
And that's the hardest part in tennis, to have that consistency, to know exactly when to go for it, when to pull back, when to use which shot over the course of 2 hours or 4 or 5 hours even.
That's fabulous tennis, and what a way for Norway to get on the board. But it's The Netherlands off with the fast start.
Yeah, I know that there's one baby there, but its parents are with them. The Netherlands leads 2 games to 1.
Yeah, Malene Helgo, she used the court extremely well in this last point. That was really important. She looks a bit relieved as well.
This one, no, this one keeps on going down now. I'll leave it for now and then later.
How's your Norwegian fan? Been picking anything up yet?
No, but what we do know is high quality information from Christian, who's been a top player and a world leading coach.
No better way to spend your final Saturday morning of 2023 than coming here to Ken Rosewell Arena in Sydney for a great day of United Cup action. 26 degrees Celsius, blue skies at the moment. Perhaps a few showers coming through later this evening, but of course we have the roof here at Ken Rosewell Arena, so play will continue throughout the day. Some great action coming your way. Stay with us. This matchup between Team Netherlands and Team Norway, it's a pretty intriguing battle so far.
Ladies and gentlemen, take first available seat for now, please. Thank you. Love 50.
She doesn't love coming to the net, Arantxa, sometimes. And when you do, you can't be hesitant. It's all about the depth, isn't it? In the shots, it makes it so much easier.
Born in the Delft in southern Holland, which sits between the big cities of Rotterdam and The Hague. As you mentioned, spending a lot of time these days in Barcelona, where you don't really struggle for top players to practice with. Lovely.
(40-15).
Well, you never know, do you?
40-13.
Not that easy to create an angle like that, but she's done extremely well. Look at that firepower.
It's also not comfortable to play against someone that is so hit and miss.
Yep, hard to get a rhythm. She's still got a game point here. Arantxa Rus.
Another strong service game. Rus for the Netherlands backing up.
Netherlands leads 3 games to 1.
Casey, you're down in the Dutch camp with Demi Schuurs.
I am. I think I've worn the wrong colours to sit in the Dutch camp, but I am here with Demi. And Demi, welcome to Sydney. How has it been for Team Netherlands since you arrived?
I think it's amazing. It's the first time United Cup for all of us, so it's a unique feeling.
And this matchup, it's obviously a good start from Arantxa so far.
Yeah, I think she's doing well. She's playing well for the last weeks, months, and yeah, you see it in her ranking. But I think in general, her level it's going up.
And we'll look forward to seeing you in the mixed doubles, hopefully.
Yeah, I think so. So we will see after the single matches. But yeah, I'm looking forward to play.
Perfect. All the best.
Thank you.
Love 50.
And the Dutch are going to be very strong in the mix, aren't they? With Wesley Koolhof, Grand Slam champion and top tenor.
Yeah, I think he used to be, he wasn't #1 in the world even.
Not so long ago.
Yeah.
And then with Demi, who's one of the best out there as well.
He'll be hard to beat.
Yes, very nicely done.
That's for the second time Helgo has been successful
15.
when she played that drop shot. And she's got some good feel as well when she plays those lobs. That was she's played that a couple of times as well. So it's just a matter of putting her game together.
Fifteen, 13. Thirty.
She can play.
Forty, 30.
And maybe just a glimpse of why she was a top 30 junior in the world. That's at under 18 level a few years ago now. Played all the slams in the girls' events. There's a drift. Norway staying in touch.
Team Netherlands leads 3 games to 2.
What do you think Christian will be trying to impress upon her right now?
I think it's important to bring up that variety every now and then. What she's done with the drop shot, sometimes coming to the net as well. So Arantxa Rus doesn't get a real rhythm, you know, and just control her pace a little bit. I mean, she likes to go for her shots, but just play with controlled aggression. I mean, it's all easier said than done. But let's remember, she's the one who won that last match up against Arantxa Rus as well. So she should be confident about that. And she should go back and think, okay, what have I done then a couple of years ago to beat her? There's a lot of chatting going. Christian Ruud actually is a man of not many words normally, but he's certainly coaching now.
Is that David Hasselhoff? No, it's Novak Djokovic on one of the beautiful beaches of Western Australia. This is Rottnest Island, about 20 kilometres off the coast from Perth. Djokovic looking fit as a fiddle and ready to fire in 2024, the 24-time Grand Slam champion, picking up another 3 major titles, of course, in 2023. What a season it was. The dominant player, #1 in the world for another end-of-year season. Fantastic performance. Of course, his record at the Australian Open is unmatched, unsurpassed. But at the moment, Ken Rosewall Arena is the venue where play is underway on day 2 of the United Cup. It is Team Netherlands against Team Norway. And it is Arantxa Rus who's up the break still in the early action of this first set.
It's hard to underestimate what a great season that Rus has had. This time, 12 months ago, she was ranked outside the world's top 100. And at one point in August, actually, she was on the verge of breaking the top 40. That was her career high ranking of 41. That is not easy to move so quickly. And perhaps, I just wonder about career momentum with Rus, because yes, she was the world's best junior back in 2008, won the Australian girls title. But a few years later, she made the 4th round of the French Open. Yeah, and then never really developed from there.
No, I remember, I think I did an interview there with her, and everybody thought, okay, she's going to be the next best thing. But then, you know, there was so much attention on her back in the Netherlands that, yeah, she's really struggled with that. There was too much pressure as well. And we all know tennis is such a mental game on and off the court. But what I love is that she's changed something. She gave it a go, you know, going to Spain, moving there, getting out of her comfort zone, and just practicing with a different intensity. I mean, that's what she's talking about so many times. That it's a lot more tougher when you go to Spain and train there. And then you have a coach on your side who used to play, who used to be there, done that, which helps as well. Wow.
That's another very strong service game.
Yeah, it's that first shot after the serve where she's so precise and she's really trying to dictate immediately. It's the most underrated serve, the body serve. But see, Helgo just had to get out of the way. Couldn't place the return well enough. And Rus was there.
Oh, it's 15 love. 15 love.
Second United Cup experience for Casper Ruud. And he'll remember just how well, as you mentioned earlier, how well Malene played against Beatrice Haddad-Mayer 12 months ago, but also took a set off Martina Trevisan. Very good Italian. That was way above, really closed the ranking gap.
Yeah, I like that forehand, especially the forehand inside out from the middle. I think that's a real weapon. She can flatten it out so well, Helgo. Looks more comfortable in her service games as well now.
$40-15. Game, team over.
Most convincing service game so far.
Team Netherlands leads,
staying in touch in this first set. So just the one break so far in this opening half an hour. Just a reminder, we are in one of the world's great cities, of course. New Year's Eve celebrations. All the preparations going on in the main city now for what will be a spectacular display off the Harbour Bridge. That's one of the best places to see the city. Have you been up on the top there, Babsi?
Never. Have you?
And I never will.
I was wondering, we should check it out maybe, huh?
We were chatting to the Croatian coach, Eva Majoli, weren't we, yesterday?
Yes.
And apparently the Croatian team had planned to go up there, but they heard it was 3 hours and they went, no. I think they went to the beach instead.
I think they did. They're all very jet-lagged as well. Eva Majoli, the coach of the Croatian team, nearly fell asleep yesterday doing their practice in the afternoon.
It's a good way to blow the cobwebs away,
yes.
Isn't it, up on the top there?
It would be.
Time.
Malene Helgo, she needs a break here at some stage. Arantxa Rus has been serving extremely well. Lots of first serves in. She's going to make the return.
it's 15.
Comes into the season with huge confidence. I would have loved to know what the celebrations were like, winning her first title at the age of 32 on her favourite surface, which looks to be clay. That's where she's had very much her best results over the years.
She missed that one, Arantxa Rus, but I love that about
15.
her game style, that she can really create great angles because she's using that spin. She's got the pace as well. Really can open up the court.
This opening half an hour, you would, if you didn't know anything about these two players, you wouldn't know that there was a ranking gap of almost 500 places. Surely.
Absolutely not. No. It's very even out there.
Time violation, warning, Miss Simmons.
Only 25 seconds between the points allowed. And they've got a clock that they can see what's going on these days.
I love it. How she moved into the court, you know, the shorter ball was coming from Rus and put a lot of pressure on her, taking it early. Look at that, how she steps into the court and swings it. You really have to work for every single point against Arantxa Rus, that's for sure. Great intensity out there.
Well, now, this is not an easy assignment, is it? It's, Malene Helgo, the Norwegian #1, loves playing the big names out there. First point opportunity of this opening set.
Game. Team Norway.
So we're back level here in the first.
Yeah, it's just feeling it a little bit here. Arantxa Rus at 30 all. She had a second serve and it was a little bit too short. Helge went for it and then the double fault. So she knew that that was an important hold. It didn't happen. It's all square.
Well, Christian Rudd's coaching going down a treat here.
Well, Helgo definitely is thriving, as we saw last year in this team environment. You can see her looking over to Rud constantly. But I've been really impressed with this steely look still on Rus's face throughout this first set.
Oh, it's good.
It's amazing how she can accelerate. There's so much firepower from Helgo. She's certainly found her moment now on the court, feeling very comfortable.
Casey, we're going to have to get you in that Norway team zone because I think find out the secrets out here. What's going on? Oh, she is playing well above her level.
I'm going to try and make my way there, but I can't say my Norwegian's that good, so hopefully I'll try and understand what I can.
I think their English is absolutely proficient, so you'll be fine, Casey, especially in your outfit. And she's starting to hold with ease now. Norway hitting the front in this opening set.
Team Norway leads 5 games to 4.
Yeah, that shows how much confidence she has at the moment. Hasn't dropped a point on her serve. Also the way she broke Arantxa Rus there, she really made sure that she was going to hit those returns into the court, trying to angle the middle a little bit more so she doesn't take too much risk. So smart play from the Norwegian. And there's Arantxa Rus. She's got 2 coaches talking to her now.
There's one Alonso, very good player out on the tour, on the right. And we have a playing captain in Wesley Koolhof.
Yep. I could maybe understand a little bit of the Dutch. Let me listen.
I think I said maybe change a bit more, like one's forehand, one backhand.
Oh wait, it's
so
English.
That she hits like 3, 4, 5 backhands in a row. I think she's, ja, maar ze heeft moeite met jouw kick, dus ze gaat nu blokken. Dus dan komt hij wel wat korter. Misschien dat je er dan, ja, misschien kan je dan iets mee in, zeg maar. Maar ja, dat zie je wel pas laat. Maar verder gewoon door blijven werken. Het is het enige breekpunt die ze gehad heeft tot nu. En voor de rest was het best easy hold. Dus slice buiten werkt heel goed vanaf links. En vanaf rechts kan je afwisselen. Een keertje kick naar buiten, een keertje naar midden. Gewoon blijven door, niks aan de hand. Let's go.
Use the slice out wide on the air court. I understood that. We'll see if she's going to do that. First serve percentage will be key now for Arantxa Rus, who's trailing for the first time, Sam.
Fit in. That's it.
Yeah, needs a convincing service game here after being broken in her last.
How easy it is when you serve well.
It's handy being not too far shy of 6 foot tall as well.
Yeah, nice angle.
Team
Answers a love hold with one of her own.
Have you ever hit an ace with the second serve, Sammy? Oh, we have to check first, but have you?
What do you think?
Sure.
Struggled to hit an ace with the first serve.
I'm sure you did.
Well, rather handy because that was her first of the set. And she needed that. You can see we're getting a, if you've not seen this event before, we're getting a real glimpse of how important the team zones are at either end of the court. She really needed a pep talk.
I think we're still trying to get a replay.
Now, because the system, once it starts processing to show the ball, they need to show it. Are we showing the ball or not?
Yeah, there it is.
It's not really necessary to see it, is it?
No.
Because it's not going to change. So here we are, square.
But there's a lot of visual people out there. You don't need to see it.
Love hitting.
Yeah, I think that's also a really good tactic for Rus to just open up the court. I think Helgo likes it when she hits the ball flat and hard. And to throw in those angles gets her off balance.
Catino.
Yeah, really good.
And again, successful whenever she hits that drop shot. Helgo. 3-0 now.
I'm pleased you're keeping score. Certainly has helped, doesn't it? The 3 prior meetings, certainly for Helga here, winning one of those. Their most recent in Estonia a couple of years ago. She is playing her socks off out here.
Yeah, fantastic intensity from Helga. Really not missing much at all now. Very different compared to the beginning of the match.
Everything looking so well produced off the Norwegian's racket. Oh, it's excellent play. This match really coming to the ball now. Another fabulous hold from the Norwegian and number 1.
6-5.
Well, this really is the opening moments, really, of an Australian summer of tennis, and so much of that is designed to encourage the next generation of fans and young players. And I heard that the first 500 kids through the door early this morning got a free racket. How about that?
How good is that?
Yes.
That's fantastic. Well, I think you have to be very active these days as well to, you know, to get kids to do sport, especially tennis, and throughout this summer of tennis, the next few weeks. You want to encourage a lot of youngsters.
But often it's just getting a racket in your hand, isn't it?
Exactly.
And just seeing if you like it. There's lots of chances to play. I was just thinking, going back to this match, Yes, just being across this match. Of course, Christian also has a couple of daughters, Charlotte and Caroline. I know certainly one of them played tennis. I'm not sure of both.
I think they're both playing tennis. One of them is sitting next to Alex Jova.
But he's very used to coaching women, not just men as well. So,
well, he's got more women in the house. 3, his wife, 2 girls,
and actually, there's so many initials with C. Root.
Yeah.
How complicated is that for the post?
True. Well, that's some great energy from the bench here, which is fantastic to see. Oops, she moved away before she hit the shot. Malene Helgo. Last service game, remember, from Arantxa Rus was pretty straightforward.
Held to love.
Ace with the second serve.
In fact, the entire set, she's been very comfortable, hasn't she, behind herself, except when she was broken in the 8th game, losing on that double fault.
Klas eraan. Goed ingestapt.
Look. You see it? You see it? Ah, yeah. Go, boy. (40-50).
Just the odd blemish on her report card through this opening set one. She might feel that she should have wrapped up by now after having broken in the opening service game of the match.
Game, Team Netherlands. 6 games all. Tie break.
All right, we're coming down to business here in this first set with the tie break. And yeah, she was up a break, but that's tennis, you know, until the last point is played. Anything can happen. And I think as a tennis player, you really learn how to deal with mistakes, with comebacks, with changes of momentum.
So this is a regular tie break, 1st to 7.
Oh. 1-0, Team Netherlands.
And you just wonder, Babsi, with every point
Netherlands
counting in a tie-break, whether the sort of inconsistency that Helga is guilty of sometimes, I wonder if it will hurt her.
Yep, and if there's a little bit of doubt also creeping into your mind, you know, then not good in tennis. You've got to believe in yourself. She started the tie-break with a double fault, now an unforced error. Could be too much. Yeah, that's a matter of experience as well, to play those close matches on big stages. That's when the better player usually has the edge. More encouragement from Christian Ruud there. It's really important to win this point for Helga.
Was ambitious,
and that's a tricky overhead as well. I'm not sure if he would have maybe gotten long. Hard to see from up here, but yeah, you've got to be determined. You've got to make sure, okay, you've got to commit to this shot, and she didn't.
The moment that went up, love 3 down, an opening set tiebreaker. It looked a tough assignment. Oh, good for her.
She committed to that one, didn't she?
And once again, as she did in the sets, having to play catch-up.
Netherlands.
She's right underneath the ball there. That's the most important thing. Hit an overhead.
Did get a little behind her, didn't it?
Yeah.
It took some steering in. Just a reminder of the format, the #1 singles we have here for the women, and then the #1 men's singles, and then there is a mixed doubles, which potentially could decide the tie.
One point at a time. That's the way she has to think too. Now,
Team Netherlands.
Norwegian. Only 2 points apart, so it's still all in there. And if she could win this next point, then one thing is for sure, Rus would get a little bit nervous, put the pressure on.
Any time down here, Rus is getting some good depth of shot. Just does not give Helga that chance of getting inside the court. But any time it lands short is when Rus is in trouble. So really important for Rus to keep depth of shot throughout these next couple of points.
Perfect playing conditions here at the Olympic Park. The opening day session of the group stage. We're with Group F, the Netherlands taking on Norway.
Team Netherlands.
So the 2 mini breaks recovered. And Arantxa Rus getting a reminder that Malene Helgo, rather a tough customer to put away. And actually Casper on the walk round also getting involved with some coaching.
Oh, how aggressive was that point from Arantxa Rus. Really didn't want to let Helga go.
Netherlands.
And she didn't.
Run there and back.
Very, very aggressive. Stepping into the court, trying to shorten the points. Important point for the Dutch.
Yep, again, Norway still on the front foot.
5-4, Team Netherlands.
Interesting to see Arantxa Rus taking her time now. She knows this moment in this tiebreak is extremely important. Slowing it down, gathering, okay, where am I going to serve? What am I going to do? These next couple of points, she wants to close it out here.
Just a reminder, the ranking gap between these two is almost 500 spots. They play on completely different circuits, in different tennis worlds.
You wouldn't think so, would you?
Just pulled it.
6-4, Team Netherlands.
She had all the time in the world.
I think she wants to see
Team
it.
is requesting a review of the call on our right pass line.
She prepared the ball, the points so well. And then probably went for a little bit too much.
Maria Cicak-Japsy staring up at the screen in hope, dreading what might happen. That's all working very nicely now. Well, after 64 minutes in this opening match here in Sydney, Rus has taken a long and winding road. The Netherlands now with a couple of set points. Oh, the Netherlands take the opening set breaker.
7 games to 6.
And they move ahead now. Take the first by 7 games to 6.
I'm sure there's a lot of relief there for Arantxa Rus, who, if we look back to the first set, she was already up a break, got broken back, and then it turned out to be a bit of a battle. But I have to say, in that tiebreaker, even if it was close at the end, she was just more confident, she was more aggressive, she was more steady.
And in the end, a rather meatier first set than we might have suspected, certainly from what we've seen on paper from the two.
I wouldn't have thought so, that we were going to see such a battle, but it certainly was. Let's have a look at some of the statistics. Well, they're gone. A lot more solid on in her service games. That just that one service game where she got broken. And it was Arantxa Rus at the beginning who was in control. There were a few unforced errors, or more unforced errors from Helgo at the beginning. Couldn't find her rhythm right away, but eventually she did. Some great rallies from the baseline, a lot of hard hitting. A few more angles maybe from Arantxa Rus as well, and I think the serve made a big difference.
Plenty of fans for Team Norway here at Ken Rosewell Arena in Sydney. Looking forward to seeing how this tie plays out. But it was a good start, though, for Team Netherlands and their fans, with plenty to cheer about. That first set going all the way to a tie-break. And here's Team Greece warming up on the treadmills. Stefanos Tsitsipas and Maria Sakkari keeping an eye on the action out on Rod Laver Arena. They begin their campaign on Tuesday against Team Chile. Of course, the second seeds, 2 top 10 players combining. Looking forward to seeing them in action here in Sydney on Tuesday. What a beautiful day it is. 26 degrees is our expected maximum. It's a stunning city, Sydney. Of course, the harbour, the centre point of that. But at the moment, all eyes are on centre court, Ken Rosewell Arena. And what about this lady, Malene Helgo? 539 in the world, fighting her way back into that first set after a slow start, and likewise fighting her way back into the tie-break after a few nerves early on in it, pushed it all the way, but Arantxa Rus was just too strong in the end. So 7-6 the first set, so that's a good start for Team Netherlands, but a great performance from Team Norway. Of course, expectations were coming into this one that it would be pretty easy for Team Netherlands, but not to be. A great fight so far. Let's see what will be dished up in this second set.
Goede combinatie. Klas.
Forty-love. Game Team Netherlands. Team Norway is requesting a review on the call on the right side of the service line.
Another excellent service game for Team Netherlands.
Ja, ik zei net dat er eentje in de tijd.
Casey right now is in the Norway camp.
I am down here in the team zone of Norway. Just got a bit of that line. Casper, welcome to Sydney. That was a really great first set from both players. What do you think Malene needs to do here in this second set, just to put it into her favour a little bit?
Yeah, it's she needs to keep the intensity going. It's a critical point now in the match because she lost a tough first set. It's easy to kind of feel a bit disappointed, but if she can, you know, stay in there and make Rus work for every point, every game, things can turn. It can turn quickly in tennis. So she needs to keep the intensity up and believe in herself. It's not often she gets to play these kind of matches. So I hope she will. Looks like she's ready for it.
Yeah, she really thrives in this environment, doesn't she? And just how are you feeling heading into your first match of the season as well?
I look forward to it. It's still 2023, but it's the first match of the kind of new season, new year, and I'm excited to play for Norway and to get try to play your best for your country and for yourself is always a fun thing, exciting, and I hope I can play well.
All the best.
Thank you.
15.
Well, let's see, perhaps if she can maintain the intensity.
Yep.
Right here. It's hard when she's thrown everything at that first set, played way above her level from the tour.
And that's what Casper said. The belief has to be there.
Yep.
If the belief is not there, then things
we'll find out.
Will be hard to turn. Ooh. I like it when she comes to the net, Malene Helgo. Seems like she quite knows what she does. She's picked the right moment again. She hasn't done it enough. She's done it a bit in the first set at the beginning. We talked about it. That would be a really good strategy.
Let's first.
That should help the self-belief. Her first ace of the match. Whatever happens with the outcome here, surely she can take a lot from that first set when she goes back to the lower tours and believe that she's a very good player.
Game, Team Norway.
Completely missed that forehand.
1 game.
I'd love to know what other sports Arantxa Rus could have done when she could have been a professional at when she was growing up. I'm sure the Dutch Athletic Federation were very keen on her, maybe for the high jump, the long jump.
Yeah, I think the door was wide open there.
Basketball.
Love.
Now that's something maybe they have talked about as well, is the return, how to approach that second serve from Arantxa Rus. Really going for it now, Helga.
Love it.
There's a little opening here.
Once again, Arantxa Rus taking her time, looking for the towel to regroup once again. You always have to keep an eye on the clock, don't you?
Yeah, it's right behind the back of your screen on that back wall. One curiosity from Arantxa Rus. She's played 30 Grand Slams in her career, and in over 2/3 of them she's lost in the first round. I find that very strange for such a good and aggressive player.
Yeah.
Not to make, and there's so many points on offer there. Would have heard her ranking over the years. So a couple of first serves from love 30. And the chance right here.
30-40.
Can Helgo break Rus for the second time in this contest? Remember, opening match of 3 in the tie. The last play, she was expecting the volley.
Yeah, it was straight on the body, and Helge wasn't ready there at the net. The approach shot probably not precise enough, but what a rally this was. Yeah, Rus was waiting for it. It's when you got to be ready to play that volley. Rule number 1, racket out front. He hit volleys. She's got a really good kick serve, doesn't she, Arantxa Rus? Don't see that often. Women's tennis is very, very hard. Got to have the height, got to have a fast arm.
And not always from lefties as well. She's got the reversed one.
Yep.
Now that might prove to be a very important hole on early stages of the second set.
Short? New ball now.
Well, the players are not just in town for the tennis, but there's so many sights and the sounds of this great city to enjoy. And I think quite a few will get out to Taronga, which apparently means beautiful water view, and you can actually see the Opera House and the Harbour Bridge in this particular spot. I wonder what he or she thinks of it all. There you go. There's the vantage point. Yes, they're in the right spot, aren't they?
Spotted an Australian in the Dutch camp as well. On the right, back right, Scotty Burns. who is a physiotherapist, strength and conditioning trainer.
Yeah, Scotty Burns, haven't seen him around for a while.
No, he's actually not traveling on the tour anymore. Used to travel with Gerges, remember?
Yes.
With Julia Gerges.
One of Germany's best players.
Ja, speel maar een beetje. Een keertje naar achter, een keertje hoog, diep. Tweede service komt dan bij mijn best kort bij haar. Dus je kan een keertje instappen als je wil. Zet hem onder druk.
Well, if it's not that hard, that serve from Helge, he said, you got to step in there.
I'm fascinated by this hybrid of Dutch and English that they communicate in.
So we both should understand a little bit here. Well, she certainly hasn't stepped in into that return, that second serve. Arantxa Rus.
Feels like a big game for the Norwegian #1. In fact, the only player from her country ranked in singles inside the world's top 100 after having that break point opportunity in the previous game.
Well, she finds herself in the defense in this game a lot. Out of balance a couple of times.
$40-15.
Still got to concentrate just to make sure that she underlines this service game. Don't really afford any slip-ups right now.
Yes.
Yep, that could be a little opportunity for Arantxa Rus.
And that was some of the tennis we saw from early on in the match. And something you highlighted, Babsi. Some great tennis and then just too many loose shots off the back of it. Really cancelling out some of the good work that she has put in. That's the way.
Well, there was certainly a tactic behind to serve out wide. Actually, I have to say that's what she chooses most of the time, to hit that serve on the backhand of Arantxa Rus. But really opened up the court there. That was a big point, and she won it.
Yes.
Okay, come on.
Completely collapsed on that second serve. Malene Helgo.
Oh, that's such a shame. It's been such a good combination.
Big smile on her face. She gave everything to get to that drop shot. Have a look. And then a little bit of luck there. Well, it just went long.
Nice racket work, actually.
Yeah.
And
good feel.
Rus arrived, so chance to get the break right here. And Netherlands have some breathing space in this second set.
Team Netherlands leads 3 games to 1.
Ze probeert alles zo snel te nemen. Ja, de ene keer slaan ze 3 winnaars en de andere keer slaan ze 5 ballen. Ja, hoog omhoog weer. Ja. En dan komt de rest vanzelf. Gebruik je kick.
And that Helgo double fault in the last game, just opening the door.
Yeah, Wesley just said there that Helgo is rushing. She wants to just finish the points quickly, so be patient, he told Arantxa. And then the rest will just happen.
Did you make that up? Or did you translate it?
I tried to. I know. I mean, in German, I know how it's. Der Rest passiert von selbst, but
okay.
Yeah, the rest will just open up. And
okay,
happen,
I didn't know if you'd make that up or not.
I'm not a professional translator.
Honestly, I believe anything you told me.
Love.
Just wide.
And this could unravel very quickly here.
She's rushing now, isn't she, Helgo? In her shots, wants to go for the point too quick.
Just on the end of the bench there is Arantxa Rus, who's a very, very good doubles player, particularly mixed finalist with the French a couple of years ago.
That's right.
Yes, when she did so well in Paris a few years ago, I have to say it was a new name for all of us, but she's a top 30 doubles player now. Some good players coming out of Norway. And you just wondered the value of that big hold from break point down a couple of games ago for Rus. Just cementing her position here now after having won the first.
Game
that will do very nicely for 1 second set.
Good service.
Team Netherlands leads 4 games to 1.
So the Netherlands going very well here. Opening match of Group F. And Babsy, the team, just going to get it over the line here. What are going to be the keys for her just to drive this home?
I think at the moment the momentum is definitely with her. You can see it also in her body language. She's very, very confident. Helga is rushing a little bit too much, too many unforced errors as well. So all Arantxa Rus has to do to basically play what she has done in the first set, towards the end of the first set, and in this second set, steady, consistent, powerful, but with control power. Every now and then throw in the short cross-court angles and keep on serving, as she did. I think she's in a good place now.
A little bit faster when receiving with a towel, okay? Let's first set.
Oh, had to win the point twice.
She did. She wasn't watching Helga at all, wanted to wrong foot her, but then played straight onto her racket. But she was there. Great intensity from Rus, and it looks like she's playing more freely now as well.
I think we can see why she's ranked 51 in the world. Important for her to get off to a good start this year. There'll be lots to defend, and didn't play that well in terms of results post-US Open. These naughty double faults just starting to pepper her performance.
Yeah, it's that ball toss which sometimes is a bit inconsistent. And you can see when she finishes the serve where she's actually landing. That's an indicator of a wrong ball toss. Well, she corrects it now. You can also, when you look at the body language of Malene Helgo now, I feel like that she doesn't have to believe anymore now. She's just running out of confidence, out of steam.
Now you're seeing the ranking gap at this point, and we're looking here to break the Norwegian #1 for the third time in this contest. Was just holding up play. She does like to go to the tower an awful lot.
She does.
On the return, Chit-Chak already had a quiet word with her about holding up play. No, that has just drifted. It looks within the hopes of Team Norway.
Well, she wants to see it once again. Just wide. Sometimes she's just overplaying it a little bit.
5 games to 1.
Ja, maar ik ga niet nee. Heb ik 10 miljoen aan de band.
So a chance to wrap up this opening match from the Dutch number 1. Resplendent in her orange shirt and white shorts.
Very low.
It's very hard mentally now for Malene Helgo to stay positive, to still believe that she can turn this match around. Since she got broken in that second set, it was one-way traffic for Arantxa Rus.
So a match of two very different sets.
Right baseline.
Unlimited.
And the Dutch number 1 at match point.
Went for a little bit too much there. Really enjoyed it. She was trying to go for an ace on that first match point as well. A lot of eye contact always between Arantxa Rus and her coach.
Oh, what a couple of match points. What a way to save them.
She's hanging in there, Malene Helgo. That's for sure. some firepower from her forehand and backhand in these last couple of rallies.
There is an enormous gap, isn't there, between her top level?
Yep, there is.
And what is her worst? I mean, there's nothing. Doesn't feel like there's anything in between. So a third chance to wrap up proceedings. Not yet. Seems to be a lot of bon ami, doesn't there, in the Dutch camp?
Yep.
Look like they're having a very good time here on debut at the United Cup. Arantxa Rus, the Dutch #1, just trying to close here. 3 match points have come and gone.
Too good, that serve. That's what you need at deuce.
Advantage team Netherlands.
To your body. The instruction from Koolhof from the far end.
And the more match points you need, the more nervous you slightly get.
A third deuce in this game, the longest of the contest so far. In fact, there's been very few games that have gone the distance out here.
Especially on the serve of Arantxa.
Yep. Broken just the once in the opening set.
Advantage team Netherlands.
That's it.
Game, set a match, Team Netherlands.
Team Netherlands open with a win.
6-1.
2 sets in the end, 7-6, 6-1. Took well over an hour and 3/4. The battle of the #1s to open up this tie goes the way of the Netherlands. And Babsi, it was a lot closer than it really should have been on paper, given the ranking of.
It certainly was, especially the first set. Rus, she was already up a break and then got herself into a little bit of trouble. It was a battle, I have to say, and I'm sure Helga is going to be very disappointed. She had her chances, but then Arantxa Rus too consistent in her game.
Well, I think we are almost set to hear from Arantxa, and she's with Casey.
Arantxa, congratulations. The first match of a new season isn't always the easiest, but how thrilled are you to get the win today?
Yes, I'm really happy to start the season here. It's incredible court, and I really enjoy today the match. We played, I think, a really high level. She's a great player and plays really aggressive. The first set was very tight, and I'm very happy I could win that.
That's what I was going to ask you about, because the first set was tight. It was back and forth. What were you telling yourself at early stages of that first set tie break? Because that first set was incredibly important, wasn't it?
Yes, I told myself to just run as fast as possible to get the balls back, because she played very good. She started to play better and better, and I really had to go deep, and I'm very happy how I did that.
And Team Netherlands on debut here, how exciting is it to play in this format and to have your teammates in the team zone there cheering you on?
I mean, it's super cool event, because the whole year you play individual and you're alone, and to play for a team, and for your country, it's a very special feeling, and it's also, we really enjoy to be together.
All right, well, enjoy the win and good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much.
So a fantastic performance there by the veteran Arantxa Rus. Team Netherlands on the board first in Group F. The first victors on Ken Rosewell Arena here in Sydney in their tie against Team Norway. Congratulations, 7-6. The first set was tight, but in the second set it was the Dutch woman who put her foot down, taking it 6-1. Took 5 match points, but she closes it out in style to get Team Netherlands underway in this year's United Cup.